Hello, human collective. Welcome to the Upside to Grief. My name is Story, and I am your host.
And my name is Erika, and I am your co-host.
I am your co-host.
And I am your co-host.
Today, we're going to do one of our segments, one that we have only done a few times. I think this will be the third, technically-ish, maybe.
Yes, but I don't think either of us have
No.
done them.
Oh, no. I don't
Yeah.
think we, right?
Yeah, so that's why it's kind of fun right
We
now.
haven't directly, either of us haven't directly done this one.
Yeah, it's been other people's choice segment, and then they've shared their experiences, and maybe we've chimed in a little bit on,
Like experiences.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
But Story's going to be telling us her Grief in the Wild story.
Did I not tell a Grief in the Wild story? Have I really not?
I can't remember.
I think you're right with just like the little snippets here and there, like crying in the grocery store and stuff.
Yeah.
It's like one of my favorite things to do.
But for anybody new listening, what is Grief in the Wild?
Grief in the Wild is when you're just trying to live your life and you're driving or you're at the grocery store and, well, bam, grief is like, nope, we're going to cry. We're going to grieve. We're going to do it in public.
When I hear Grief in the Wild, I think it's such a fun title for it because I just imagine like Steve Irwin narrating like, here she goes, Story. She walks into the grocery store. It seems that she needs to buy some groceries. Oh no, she's sobbing uncontrollably on the floor. What is this? Grief in the Wild. That's like how I picture it in my head. Because it's like it's an apparently normal task, like an everyday task where you're just supposed to put on your human face and do your human things and then...
Can we please make that into a TikTok and will you narrate it?
Narrating Grief in the Wild?
Yes.
It should actually be like in a grocery store too. Like,
no, I'm dead ass
reenacting
serious.
And stuff.
Like, yes. Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. Stay tuned for real life enactments of Grief in the Wild.
Narrated by Erika.
Narrated by Erika with a not that great Australian accent.
I think it's fabulous.
Thank you.
That part, not so much.
No. How do I keep it consistent? I'm not good with that.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, but that's why it's fun. Because
yes,
that's how you like picture it. I can't imagine what it's like to be the person who witnesses that grief. But
oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
You want to tell us a little bit about yours? Like, where are we? When are we?
We are at the airport in San Diego, California on October 31st, 2025, Halloween.
Okay.
It is 6 o'clock in the morning, 7 o'clock in the morning. It's early.
Wait, did you say 2025?
Yeah.
Do you mean 2024?
No.
No?
It's 2026.
Uh-huh.
This is like...
It was a few months ago?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because guess what? This shit still happens all the time. It never goes away. For me.
I laughed
sorry.
so bad.
Sorry. I'm not speaking in terms for everybody. But, okay, so I was going... Just let it out.
I can't. I'm like crying and laughing inside. Because it's just, it just
You're like, wait, did
away.
You see 2025? Yeah.
Yeah, recently.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's just, I'm only laughing because of like how poignant Grief in the Wild is because it just, random, boom, in the wild, just doing normal things. It can be years, it could be very soon after, like it doesn't matter a timeline. So
no timeline.
Airport, San Diego, October 13th?
31st,
2025. Setting the stage.
Okay, so, and here was the thing, right? Okay, so I have a little necklace, just like, I don't know, like half an inch, and I carry Ken's ashes in there with me, and I always take his ashes with me wherever I go. Sometimes I sprinkle him, sometimes I don't, but he is always, his ashes are always physically with me when I leave my residence. It's normally in my Jeep, which is also named after him. Hanging in the mirror is where that necklace stays, and then I have his ashes like on a shelf in my room. So essentially, like, his ashes are always with me wherever the fuck I am. So I always take him out of state with me. And the night before I went to the airport, because I knew that I was gonna take a lift to the airport, I was like, okay, I need to go and get the ashes and then have them on me, because I don't want my alarm to go off at 4:30 in the morning, and then I'm gonna forget them in the Jeep and da-da-da-da. So I was like thinking ahead. So I even made a video. I made a fucking video I posted it on my story on social media, because I was crying, because I was like, I went to go get the ashes, and I was like, I love going on trips, but literally, like, this is something that happens every single time because I have a dead husband. And it was like me packing my dead husband's ashes. And I was like, this part sucks about going on trips. It's not going to stop me from going on trips, but this part sucks. So anyways, I had got the ashes, made a whole video, did the whole fucking thing. Woke up at 4:30 in the morning, went to the San Diego airport, pretty organized person. As I'm walking up to TSA, I realized that I was not wearing his fucking necklace with his ashes. And it's always, so I don't pack him, I put him around my neck. And I always like check, because like, you know, like you got to check your pockets and all the things before you go through the x-ray machine.
Right.
And so it's always right here, you know. And I was like, I felt my heart sink into my stomach, because I was like, fuck, like I'm one of the people that we go to the airport 60 to 75 minutes before our flight leaves. I'm one of those. There is no room for error. I could not go home. I couldn't go home. And so I like immediately feel like my nervous system froze. Like I kind of went into like shock in a sense. And I like get through TSA, and then I like realize what has happened is setting in, and I was texting my mom, because my mom and my brother were at the airport in Minneapolis. We were all meeting in Denver. And they were also not having a great morning, because they were trying to check in for their flight and they couldn't check in for their flight. And so my mom and my brother go to the counter and they're like, why can't we check in for our flight? We don't understand. And they're like, well, that's because you bought a plane ticket from Denver to Minneapolis. So your flight's leaving Denver to come here right now. That's why you can't check in. And she was like, so fuck, yeah. So they were not having a good time. This is happening at the same time. They're not having a good time at the airport in Minneapolis. I'm not having a good time at the airport in San Diego. And so they had to like literally buy new tickets.
Oh my gosh.
It was very expensive.
Yeah.
And I'm over in San Diego by myself, like freaking the fuck out. And I start arguing with my mom via text, because I had said, like, I left Ken's ashes at the house. Like, I don't know what to do. Like, there's all these fucking people around. You know, I was trying to keep my cool. The airport was busy. And my mom had said, like, and Mom, if you watch this, I'm not mad at you. I love you. We've already talked about this. You know this. I'm just going to tell it how it came through in my perspective. We love Mama Jo. She's been here.
We love Mama Jo.
She's been on here multiple times. But
yeah,
just going to tell the story how it went.
Yeah.
From my perspective. So anyways, I'm texting, and it's like a group chat with me and her and my brother. And I'm like, you know, the ashes, da-da-da-da. And then my mom said something about she forgot her compression socks for the plane. And in my head, I was like, you can buy compression socks at the fucking store. Can't buy ashes at the fucking store.
I can't buy Ken's ashes at the store. I'm
buy
sorry.
Ken's ashes at the store. I'm sorry, Mom. But like my mom needs them for health reasons. Like literally, like she cannot get on the plane without the compression shocks. She could get a blood clot,
Yeah.
and it could be like
So, like, still
really not.
very important for her, but, like, as you're going through this crises,
I've
it's like,
never left him at home before.
Yeah.
This is the first time that I have not been with his ashes since I got his ashes. I've never not had them. So this is a first for me.
Yeah.
In year 3. Am I in my year 3? I don't even know. No, yeah, thirds. No. I'm in the third year, 2.5. The things are happening for the third time. That's why I get confused.
Right.
So so I freaked the fuck out, and I was like, what? I don't even remember exactly how it went, but I freaked out and was like, fuck you. I said fuck you. I remember that. And I don't normally tell my mom fuck you.
In text?
In text. I said fuck you. Not like a F you, not like full spelled out. Full fuck you. And then before the plane took off, I, of course, in my head, because of how my brain works now, I was like, what if this plane crashes and I die? And the last thing I said to my mom was, fuck you. So, of course, I texted her again. I was like, okay, about to take off. Love you. Like, see you when I get there. And then I turned my phone off. You're like, turn on airplane mode or whatever. And I guess I kind of thought that when I landed, there would be like a message in return. There was not. There was not, Mom. She knows this, obviously. And so their flight that they had to rebook was like 4 hours out. So now they were stuck at the airport. So once I got there, I think they were on their plane at that point, or were just getting on or something like that. And so now I was in Denver now, but now I was going to be in Denver for a couple hours waiting for them. So I was like, and it was under construction, like it was a mess. So I found the Westin hotel that's like connected. It's like the only airport hotel that's connected to that airport. And they had a little restaurant inside. It's the Westin, so of course it's super fucking expensive. And I'm like, I don't get dressed up to go to the airport. I'm in like baggy sweatpants, baggy shirt, like some fucking punk rock hoodie. Like my hair's all fucked. Like, you know what I mean? I'm not trying. I go for comfort. And so I'm like, all right, fuck it. I'm just gonna go hang out at the Westin with these people. But so I went there and I just like got a table. And I set up my laptop and my stuff for the podcast. And I was like, I can do shit for 4 hours. I have plenty of editing that I can do. So that's what I was doing essentially. And I think I did actually text you. No, I think I called you and then you texted me. And I think you were working. And I was like, okay. So then I called Roseanne, and she called me back a couple minutes later because she was like helping a customer at work, and she was like, I'll call you right back. Give me a second. She's like, are you good? And I was like, I'm not good. And she's like, okay, give me a second. I'll call you right back. And so she calls me back, and then I like walked to the back of the restaurant and I just started bawling. And I'm like, I'm at the fucking airport. I'm in Denver. I left Ken at home. I've never left Ken at home. Like, I don't know what to do. My nervous system is hijacked. I'm freaking the fuck out. I'm fighting with my fucking mom. Like, all of the things are not going well for me right now. And I love her so much. She started crying on the phone with me. It was beautiful. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I think about that moment and like how much it sucked for my nervous system through like the airport and being on the plane and just like feeling that like, God, you fucking idiot. Like, why would you do that? How did you do that? How could you forget that? Like, what? You know what I mean? And then it was like I was being mean to myself about it too. I will never make that mistake again. Trust and believe that. But I just remember when I was talking to her, like, I just felt so seen. She was like, had started crying, and she's like, it's normal for you to be upset like that. Like, that's that's all you have left of him physically is that. And you always have it with you. So that little like safety guard that you have with you, that little piece of comfort that you have with you, like you don't have it. It's in San Diego and you can't get it. Like you're stuck there without it. Like, and I'm like, yeah, it was like she was like saying the things that were going on in my head. She was saying them to me. Like, like I didn't even have to explain it.
Validating you.
Yes. Like reading my mind and validating my feelings at the same exact time while also crying at the same time with me. So I was just like, yeah. So that part was nice. I don't know if that's the right word, but yeah, it helped. And then, I mean, once my mom and I did have a conversation about it, not that day, because when that happened, I was upset at the way that my mom reacted. Like, yes, I was also trying to be mindful in the fact of knowing that they were having a shitty morning and a stressful morning and all of that. But then the other part of me was like, okay, yeah, but like, you're my mom and I'm your kid. And like, I left my dead husband's ashes at my house. Like, I'm trying to see it from a different point of fucking view, but this one's pretty fucking trash. Like, why are you not understanding what is happening that's not okay with me right now? Like, it was like I just expected her to react differently. And so we didn't talk about it that day, but I felt like the whole day that the three of us were together, I felt weird. I felt like, I guess, uncomfortable in the sense of I was thinking, like, do they fully accept me for who I am now? Like, because this is a part of me and my life and what happens. And, like, this little situation that just happened all morning at the airport and all that, like, that's the reality that I live in. And I guess I don't know. I feel like because I didn't feel like my mom saw me in that moment, it made me second guess, like, does she really see me and understand? Which, I mean, you can't expect anybody to fully understand you, right? Like, you can get close, but like, we're all having our own separate, different human experiences, And so then the next morning, when we were all getting ready, then I was like, hey, I need to talk to you about what happened yesterday because my nervous system is still not cool with what is going on and the fact that we were arguing and what happened. And like, I still don't feel okay about the fact that I don't have Ken with me. Like, I'm still not cool with it. I don't think I'm gonna be cool with it the whole fucking time.
It wasn't just that moment, like it's
it's like
it's
not
lasting
like,
this whole time until I'm back in San Diego.
yeah,
So
it's not just that, okay, it happened at the airport, I talked to Roseanne, okay, I'm better now. Like, nope, like I literally am just here for 4 days without his ashes, and that's not going to change. And this is how I'm going to experience this trip. And so I don't know, but it kind of ties in to our previous chapter with like the concept of time and accepting like different realities as they shift. And I think when I was talking with my mom that morning, we were talking about that because I think that was right around the time that it was like being presented to me that like he's always with me, but my body being like, no, we're just cool with moments of knowing we don't want this. So then I was, like when I processed it with my mom, I was like trying to like lean into that in a sense, but not putting expectations on it, but like I don't know, I guess I'm just, like, a solution-oriented person, so I was like, "Let me get into the solution," but it's like there is no solution
Mhm.
necessarily to this, it's just shifting your perspective.
Yeah, because it has to be, because in your head, the solution would be like, I have his ashes with me, but that is not possible in that moment.
The solution is not possible.
Yeah.
So what do you do with the perspective?
You reframe, you shift your perspective.
Yeah. So that one fucking sucked. That was not fun.
When you were in the hotel crying with Roseanne on the phone, were there other people around?
Mm-hmm.
How did that feel? I feel like that's part of the grief in the wild part. That's why I'm asking. Not just sadistic, like, were people watching you cry?
Were people looking at you?
Because I feel like that's a huge
Remember
part,
that chapter
you know?
you were like, watch me cry. I think you said, witness me cry or something like that.
I don't even remember. But yeah.
Yeah, there was. I walked over by where the restroom was,
Mhm.
like standing kind of outside where the restroom was, and then there's like the high chairs over there type of situation. But I was
Yes.
in the restaurant, like, well, like there was people just down a couple tables. Like, I know some of them heard me.
Yeah. I feel like that's the in the wild part too, because otherwise it would be grieving a really shitty moment in private. But no, like this was in a restaurant and people were
Yeah.
around, still functioning and
Yeah, and I held it together on the plane. I did, but it felt like shit the whole time.
did you feel like you were gonna explode?
That's how I felt. Yeah, I was just like wanting to get off of that plane. I just needed to get somewhere, like I guess more private, but I was still in public. I need a more private public space.
Yeah.
That's what I was looking for at that moment. But, like, I know when I went home for Ken's memorial, like, I was crying on the plane alone by myself.
Mhm.
Like, that was fun. Um, I think about this. When I think of grief in the wild, it reminds me of this one time, and I couldn't tell you what I was crying about. I have no fucking idea. But I remember that I had been working at this restaurant in La Jolla, California, and I had left work, but I was in my parking space, like down the block. And I was in the driver's seat of my car and I was crying. I don't know why I was crying. This is probably 9.5 years ago, maybe 9.5 years ago. And I was like hysterically crying. And so I don't know what the fuck was going on. But some lady walked up to my car while this was happening. And I had my window rolled down because I was smoking cigarettes at the time. I had my window rolled down and she walked over to the window and she was like, "Hey, sorry, I don't mean to like bother you. And I don't know like why you're so upset, but I just wanted to leave these here for you and I hope you have a better day." And she set flowers on my windshield and walked away. I was like, I will always remember that. Like I said, I don't remember why I was crying, but I will always remember that specific moment of that lady walking up to me during that time.
I love that.
Hmm.
I was visiting my dad's grave one time, and I feel like it's normal to see people crying at, cemeteries and grave sites and
Yes.
stuff. But I'm pretty hysterically sobbing, like blowing my nose, ugly crying. And this lady walks by once and she goes to another grave site and like spends some time there. And by the time she's walking back, like I'm still crying. And I don't even remember what was going on in my head because sometimes like my visits there are happy and I think I always cry, but sometimes it's a little bit more like things are going good right now and
Hmm.
I'm talking to my dad, but sometimes it's I'm not good right now and I don't like talking to you like this. There's so many things, but
Hmm.
she came back and she's like, "I'm so sorry, I don't mean to bother you, but do you want a piece of gum?" And I wasn't annoyed or anything. I was just like, yeah, sure. I'm like crying, snot rags, and like, and she just started asking me. She was like, so who is this to you? I was like, this is my dad. And she stopped and she like kind of turned towards the grave a little bit and she said everything out loud, like his name, um, his rank, where he served, and his birthday, and the day he died. And she was just like, the way she said it though, like there was something like honoring about it. Like it wasn't just like reading it off. She was like, I'm going to say his name out loud and like what is right here and like what I know about
like
this person.
intentionally reading it out loud with a purpose.
Yeah. And it was really, really cool. And we just started talking and her husband died. That's who she was visiting. She was visiting her husband. Her husband died like, I think it was 2 days before that. And she's like, they died around the same time. And she's like, I still bring my husband flowers. I miss him so much. And like she was telling me like the story of like when he was passing. And she had a big van and she was like some kind of florist, or like she picked her own flowers. So she said, I'll be right back. And she went to her van and she came back with flowers, like a bouquet. And she placed them, like she didn't even give them to me. She like placed them on my dad's grave, like right next to his headstone. And I remember just saying like, thank you. And I haven't seen her since, but there have been multiple occasions where I'll go and visit my dad's grave and there's flowers there. And I don't always bring flowers. Her husband's name's Ed, but I always say hi to him now. And I like leave a coin on his headstone. I feel like every time I do that and then I visit Reese like soon after that, there's flowers at my dad's headstone. And I know it's not like many people that live in the area, and I think it's herbs because if I see flowers at his headstone, they're the same flowers that are at his headstone. And I feel like that is just really awesome.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, and I'm going to cry, but I want to share one other one like that because another like beautiful this is just
technically grief in the wild, is it not?
Yeah, I think so.
It's like a what do we call them?
Adjacent.
That, but we were offshoots, right?
Yeah. This one is also a Roseanne tribute.
Oh, I love her so much.
But we were talking, and our dads are both buried at the same place, and she told me that she was going to go visit her dad one day, and she's like, I'll look for your dad and see how close they are, and he's literally right behind my dad's headstone.
Like literally?
Literally.
What?
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And
wow.
it's funny because I remember she would like show me, or not show me, sorry.
I would see the pictures.
I would see the pictures on like when she posts, and I'd be like, that view is more than just familiar because I know where she is, but
you're
it's like that's literally my exact view, like spatially and everything. And it's literally because he's right there. Like literally, I've looked at his at his tombstone or his headstone so many times. And the first time that she like realized that my dad was where he was is her and her mom left my dad flowers and sent me a video, and I'm in tears because I'm just like, what are the chances? And she's so done that a couple times, like where she'll visit and she'll lay flowers down. And I haven't visited my dad in a minute over there, but the last time that I visited, I brought him flowers and introduced myself because that's kind of what they did. They walked up and they were like, it was much more beautiful than this. It was basically like, hi, Mike. Like, my name's Roseanne. I love your daughter. This is my mom.
Stop.
It was really awesome. And it's all on video too, so like, it's really cool. And showing those to my mom was, that was something too, just to like see how my dad touches other people's lives. Yeah, that was really cool.
I would like to see that video.
Yeah. I'll show you afterwards. I'm not crying.
That's so cool. This is not where I thought Grief in the Wild was going to take us.
We love you, Roseanne.
We love you, Roseanne. Oh, man. Yeah.
Yeah, before we started recording, I'm like, yeah, let's talk about your grief in the wild story. I don't really have one, so I'm just gonna like really be interested in your story because I haven't heard all of it.
I'm gonna do some ad libs. Psych.
Now I'm just gonna cry and think about flowers because that was so moving that she's just like, I'm gonna leave these here on your windshield and hope you have a better day. Like that's the perfect thing to say too. Like, I hope it's better. I hope it gets better.
Yeah. And like you were just saying too, you were like, I wonder what it's like to see other people experiencing grief in the wild. And I'm trying to think, like, like, have there been instances where that's happening? I know I've seen other people in their cars crying, where it's like you can't really do anything because you're also in your car. You know what I mean? Like at a stoplight or something.
Yeah.
Like it's not like you can jump out and like,
Yeah, I've
but
never.
nothing like comes to mind. I
Not
feel like
with
it's
grief.
probably happened.
I should say not with like death specific grief.
Mm-hmm.
There was this one time at the gym where I was about to leave and this girl came like crashing through, like hysterically sobbing. And part of me was like, oh my God, get the fuck out of here. Me, get the fuck out of here. I need to get out of here. I need to avoid this crying person, give her space, like. But then I like looked at her and I'm like, she's not okay. Like I should say something. There's that fear like, oh God.
Yeah.
There's somebody hysterically crying. Like it's grief in the wild. Like this is a gym. This isn't someplace like people cry. So the wild aspect. But I asked her, I was
wild
like,
aspect.
the girl comes crashing through the forest of the gym and yes, hysterically crying. But I asked her what was going on and she's like, I got out of a serious relationship with my boyfriend and he just came in with another girl. And I remember being like, you have a membership here, right? And she's like, yeah. I'm like, how much do you pay? And she like, we're all paying the same amount,
Yeah.
So like, how much do you pay? And she like tells me and she's like kind of confused. And I'm like, you pay to be here. Like you deserve to be here. Like go work out. And
Yeah.
we talked about it a little bit and because she was like, I feel like I'm not supposed to be here. Like that's kind of what she was saying. Like, I feel like I'm not allowed to be here now because he's here with somebody
You're
else.
like,
I'm
no,
like,
bitch, take up space.
Yeah.
You pay to be in this space.
Yeah. Take up space, bitch. Like,
take it up.
Go, work out. You got here. You were going to work out. So finish that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If you leave right now, like, you're just giving him more power.
Yeah. And then you're still going to feel like shit. You're going to feel like shit in here and out there. So.
Yeah. Yeah. And she didn't feel like completely better. You could still tell she was like really scared, but I'm like, here, clean yourself up and go back out there and like work out. And we talked like, it was like a 30-minute conversation where I was like kind of going into it with her a little bit. Like, what did you come here to work out today? Like, what was your plan? And like, to encourage
help her
to
like refocus. Like, this is what we're doing.
Yeah.
Calm the nervous system down.
When she busted in like that, it's not so much like fear, like, oh, somebody's crying. It's mostly like, I know if I engage, like, I'm going to go 100%.
It's like the people who know grief or experience grief and they see other people grieving in the wild, you're like, don't do it. Don't do it. Like, do I have time to do this? You're like, fuck it, I got time. Let's do it.
Okay. We're going to do it.
We're going to do it.
All in. Can't half-ass the support, the female support during grief.
Really, though.
Yeah. So I've never had that, like, with a person who has experienced a death grief, but that one comes to mind, oddly enough.
This doesn't have anything to do necessarily with this, but something very strange happened yesterday. Okay, I was walking to work, and a couple of my other coworkers, the place I work partners with a parking garage that we can all park in and get cheaper parking. And so we had ended up all parking up at the same time. So we were all walking across the intersections at the same time together. And there was a guy and this is in downtown San Diego. There was a guy laying on the sidewalk, and the pole was in front of him, like the light pole. So it kind of had looked like he had walked into the pole and like knocked himself out and was like laid back on the sidewalk. But in my head, immediately I was like, and he looked like he was unhoused And my immediate thought was, like, is this guy, like, overdosing? Like, that's what I thought. That's where my brain went immediately. And so my two other coworkers, like, we all saw him at the same time. And they looked at me and they were like, oh my God, is he okay? And so I just walked over to him. And so I, like, walked over and I kind of stood over him. And he was, like, 65-ish, around there. And I looked at him. And he made eye contact with me immediately. Like, as soon as I stepped over him, it was, like, immediate eye contact. And I was like, are you okay? And he was like, yeah, I'm fine. And I was like, okay. And then I just walked back to the corner. And then I was like, because there was other people on the corner that I didn't know that were then looking at me. And I was like, he said he's fine. So I was, like, telling all of these strangers on the corner that this stranger on the ground said that he was fine. And then I looked at my coworkers and I was like, I didn't think he was going to look at me straight in the eye and tell me, yes, I'm fine. Because I want to be like, sir, do you know where you are? Like, you are laid out on the sidewalk of downtown San Diego. Like, 100% confidence. Like, I'm good. And I was like, okay, have a good day. And then I walked away, but I was like, immediately my brain was like, oh my God, is he okay? Like, is he dying? Like, yeah. He was fine.
He was fine.
He was just hanging out there. I was like, okay, do your thing.
Yeah. He was fine.
Oh, man.
Thank goodness he was fine.
Thank goodness he was fine. Yeah, I mean, I was prepared to, like, be in that situation. I've been in that situation so many times, so I think I immediately was like, I got this.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, like, jump to it, you know? And then he was like, I'm fine.
You're like, okay, cool. I don't got to put on my save face.
I have my CPR, whatever the fuck it is. Certification.
I'm
I have
CPR
that.
certified.
I'm CPR certified. Yeah. I used to carry those little breathing things. I used to have a keychain. Where one side is for your mouth, and then there's a piece of plastic in between it, and then the other side is for the other person's mouth.
Nice.
Because I got to a point in my life where I was giving so many people CPR that I was like,
you're like, I'm kind of grossed out, but
this
I want
is
to be
kind
safe
of gross,
and
but
hygienic.
Yes, this is gross, but I want to help you guys, but this is also gross.
Yeah.
I don't want to breathe into everybody's mouths on the side of the street.
It's fair.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, and what if they don't want to touch your mouth?
Exactly. You know?
Got to take that into consideration if you truly want to be compassionate.
Maybe you don't want to touch these lips either, okay, man? I'm just looking out for both of us. So, yeah.
Yeah. Well, thank you for sharing your Grief in the Wild story.
Of course. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's Grief in the Wild.
That is Grief in the Wild. And if you guys have Grief in the Wild, please share, comment, send us an email.
Yeah.
All of the things. We really would. I want to hear it.
Yeah. Even if you just say, like, yes, that has happened to me. That's all we need. We just need affirmation.
We just need an affirmation. Confirm. Do not deny. So, all right. Well, we will see you next week.
We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.